The photo project began with basically my best friend Maggie telling me her story about her experience with long COVID and just watching the changes that she went through during her life. Basically over the period of about 2 years, her life became kind of unrecognizable.
The first inkling that I had long COVID was when 21 days I still hadn't cleared the virus, and that was where I was like, oh no. That was July of 2022. Nausea is the really bad one. Lack of appetite, those are really bad. My POT symptoms has been really bad lately, so a lot of dizziness. I don't know that I've ever gotten a result that gave me anything but more questions. You know, like, there's no clarity. There's no, and you're lucky if you get a doctor that just says, I don't know. Because not many of them are willing to say that. And people don't realize how hard doctor's appointments are until you do 20 or 30 of them in a month. And I've had those months. It's devastating. Because also all of society is constantly telling you that you're not doing enough to fight this and you're not doing enough to fix it. To spend every moment of every day trying desperately to put one foot in front of the other all day long. There is no more left over for anything. These are my medications. I'm usually on somewhere around 20 different medications and supplements a day. I just kind of had to learn how to manage it because no one will tell me what to do otherwise.
I've been a photographer for more than 15 years professionally and was a hobbyist before that. I was doing a studio photo shoot, portrait photo shoot at a studio, and I had an empty spot, and I just decided to ask Maggie if she wanted to come and kind of like process some of these feelings through a photo shoot.
It was really kind of the first spark I had in a long time of having something that felt meaningful. It was so powerful for me to reflect on the experience. Having a way to just to process what was happening to me.
She shared that with the long COVID support group that she is a part of, and kind of talked to me about like, well, if there were interest in this, would you want to have other people participate and start making it into a bigger project? And I jumped on board with that. Something that I used as inspiration for the shoots themselves was everybody had the common experience of something they had lost about themselves, a disconnect in their life. I wanted to help them capture a piece of that back. The mission of this project is to bring awareness to long COVID as a long-term illness, and also to humanize the people who experience and live with long COVID every day. I thought it could be a really powerful project to get the word out there about long COVID, what folks' lives are like. I am very much hoping that this project brings a visual awareness. Long COVID patients have a difficult time convincing people, including doctors, friends, family, that something's wrong. The common experience is just not being believed.
None of it makes sense. You sound like a crazy person just stating your basic symptoms, but it's real. And it's destroying people's lives. I don't think this disease is going away. Even if the variants get easier or better or less virulent over time, the sheer numbers are overwhelming. When you look at the statistical possibilities of the number of people that are going to eventually get long COVID. But I think if we can come together as a community, then we can learn to live with it. But if we can't come together as a community, it's just going to be a lot of people that are just marginalized even more out of society. So.
Don't just ignore, what you're seeing and the experience of these folks. They're not just numbers, they're people who need assistance. They need basically people to believe what they're going through. I hope that is what the project accomplishes.